Okay, here we have Ethereum versus Bitcoin. We'll also look at the Ethereum US dollar parent as well. I believe last time we looked at this last week, or was it earlier this week, whatever it was, at the request of Mr. Jack, we were looking at a nice reversal here, and I basically have the same thing to say about it. I think that we're just seeing continuation. I do think that this one's going to rally up somewhere around about 7.4, maybe even 7.5 million Satoshis or so. And very likely play out a bit of a pullback from there. But for right now, you got a nice silver cross going on. This is kind of a perfect example of it. In fact, as you do retest your 9 and then upwards and onwards in this case, it does look like it's actually getting ready today. We do see daily RSI getting in the bullish control zone for the first time since December. And this is on incredibly low volatility. So, and also the daily Jewel got a pretty damn good signal a few days ago as well on the 30th of March. So I'm looking for this one to trade sideways and up from here. Probably does tag somewhere around about 7.5 million Satoshis in the early portion of April. Let's see how that looks for the higher term timeframes as well. Yeah, the weekly is quite powerful here. We do see weekly hidden bullish evidence. Is that one already confirmed? Yeah, it is already confirmed. And that does have a couple of technical targets, one of them being 7.5 million Satoshis, and then a deeper one, which has a lower probability of being hit at about 7.75 million Satoshis. And yeah, I actually think Ethereum Bitcoin has found probably a macro low here. Monthly did not confirm hidden bullish evidence, but we'll have a chance to at the end of this month, and that's going to have targets towards basically the high of your rally from December. And potentially more over time. And then we also closed a quarterly last night, and I'm curious to see where this one is. Not really getting much from it, and yeah, not really getting much from it. So I should offer up an invalidation in this case. That's going to be obviously below about 7.12 million Satoshis. Until that happens, I'm just looking sideways and up over the next few weeks, and with those targets in mind. Other than that, let's go check out Ethereum versus the dollar here. And what do we have? Let's see, where did we leave off last time? Yeah, okay. So I don't think that we spoke too much about it last time, in fact, but short-term time frames very similar to Bitcoin. I do think you're going to grind this area out, maybe even another test down around 32.20 to 32 even, but ultimately I am looking for a bit of a weekend bounce. And then the question is, does the bounce bring it above any sort of a critical region? In this case, just like Bitcoin, below 46.5 is irrelevant, at least for like confirming, you know, a nice low. In this case, I'd say the same thing for Ethereum, as long as it's below 33,500, at least on a medium-term time frame closure, preferably a higher term time frame closure, as that's going to have, you know, well, just greater, greater meaning towards it. Anyways, in this case, just like Bitcoin, I don't consider that we have like a major bull trap just yet. It is possible, yes, but where do I start to confirm that? Below specifically about 30.80 in this case on a daily closure. At that point, I'm looking for this one to come down very hard below 3,000, probably somewhere, probably finding this next bounce somewhere around 2,800, and then, well, probably lower than that over time as well. But in this case, let's see where the monthly close, as we did get another one last night. And again, kind of unhelpful here. I don't think that this solidifies much. Did not confirm hidden bullish evidence as well. So that is unhelpful. What about a 5-day? 5-day, you know, again, as long as you're above 3,100, I actually do still look for this one to give another try towards the upside. Very, 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 very low volatility right here as well. So to put this in perspective, the last time we've seen volatility this low was right here in October 2021. You don't need me to tell you where that one went. And then December as well. Of course, be aware that volatility is direction neutral, but you can see that was the last major run towards its current all-time highs, and also the last major run to the downside towards its current major lows. So in that case, as long as you do remain above about 3,100 or so, a little bit above 3,100 on a higher term time frame closing basis. Actually, do still look at these targets as relevant. Kind of already hit the 3,500 one. You're getting your first pullback from that. I guess the deeper one would be around 3,800 more long term. So I do look at that actually as relevant. Again, as long as that invalidation is not hit. I'm also curious what it looks like from this angle, just to see daily stochastic momentum is downside angle below about 34.65 or so. Short-term timeframes are coming down hard as long as below 33.29, and hourly is what going to be showing. What is going to be showing upside above 32.30. So yeah, short-term timeframes very likely do trade a bit more sideways, and then I would imagine over the weekend probably does put in a bounce, bouncing back above 3,300. Certainly not out of the question, but that's meaningless, at least in my opinion, as long as you're below about 33.50. That's at the point where I start to confirm this as your next major low for the daily, actually, and probably tries again, you know, towards a nice upside move. Until then, just be aware of where the major pain points are. I think it's easy to watch on Bitcoin, just personally speaking, but Hopefully that was helpful. And there you go for Ethereum, sir.